All right, hello everyone, and welcome now to game number 5 in the series. After a really short game number 4, I think the game was only about 4 minutes long. We are already into game number 5 in this matchup. So far, we see, well, Infi falling behind 3-1, but he is now moving over to Echo Isle. Lin, perhaps just knowing that that map, that there was going to be a tower attempt. You saw the Fire Lord, you saw the curious second Orc Burrow before that Voodoo Lounge, which means that, you know what, normally Blade Master with a solo grunt is all you see, then a tech to tier 2, or at least a Voodoo Lounge and a tech to tier 2. No, there was a second Orc Burrow allowing for 2 additional grunts to be trained, and also a Voodoo Lounge to buy all of the necessary potions to keep that Blade Master alive and well early on in that fight. And well, now we see game number 4 already getting underway here. All right, in the top left-hand side of the map, we have Infi spawning as the blue human. Meanwhile, on the top right-hand side of the map, this is Lin spawning as the red orc. Orc versus human in this 1v1. As it is going to be a Blade Master going up against an Archmage. No big surprises here, as we'll see whether or not the Blizzard strategy is going to work out well. Perhaps an anti-magic potion onto the Archmage would be a good strategy to at least stop the Hex. So far, Lin has been very effective at using Hex on the Shadow Hunter to stop Blizzards. However, if the Archmage does have an anti-magic shell, I believe it does stop. It should stop Hex from being cast, and therefore allowing more Blizzards to be coming down. Perhaps Thunderclap can slow down those Raiders. Anything to get that AoE damage that, well, Infi so desperately needs against that Orc army, who, well, normally is already sharing that damage so much. If you're gonna go ahead and pile on excess damage from Blizzard, that just makes more sense. Water Elemental with Militia now clearing out the remainder of this creep camp. Archmage is going to be getting closer and closer to level 2, but will be just shy, as you do see a lone footman off over here. Now, there is one Orc Burrow, one Voodoo Lounge, already a tech to tier 2, and this is a, as you can imagine, very different strategy than what we saw in game number 1. Archmage is now making its rounds here, as the Blade Master may head off to the north here and attempt to take down this Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi already taking a good bit of damage here, as the Blade Master exchanging blows. Forest Troll Trappers attacking that Blade Master. You can see more damage being absorbed, but the Archmage is now going to be rushing on in, and this could actually hurt things tremendously. One Orc Burrow already down. A second Orc Burrow could get taken down as well, and that is lost resources and lost time. All right, Footmen are now trying to run all the way back here. Archmage does get up to level 2 with the help of infinite range on experience, as the Archmage will be able to continually drop more and more Water Elementals. This low hit point Footman is going to go ahead and back away. Blade Master thinks about chasing, but decides against it, as the Archmage now already running away. Blade Master now heads back off to the north. Footman going to go ahead and engage off over here, as the Water Elementals, well, try to back off as well. Blade Master losing a little bit of healing right there, as you now see another Orc Burrow getting pressured. This is exactly the type of pressure that Infi needs to do in order to delay the Orcs mid-game. You're going to see that Orc Burrow getting done just in time for that Shadow Hunter, but he's going to be sitting at 20 over 20, or at 25 supply, or maybe 30 at most, for quite a bit of time. During this time, though, we are not getting up an expansion. Instead, we're looking at a keep upgrade, which is rather odd. Human players normally like to fast expand on Echo Isle, and this is a game a little bit more of a mental challenge to figure out what is going to be happening here. Blade Master now looking to back off. He does have a potion of greater mana, which will be extremely helpful once the Shadow Hunter gets out. You can take a look. Orc Burrow is going to be completing nearly at the same time as that Stronghold, and we should be looking at it. Let's take a look. Orc Burrow done. Stronghold. Come on, it looks like it's done. Or Stronghold. Wow, it looks like it's done. Still not done. Finally done. As you can take a look right there. Shadow Hunter now being trained up. Archmage using this opportunity to clear out some of these creep camps. Going after the Ogre Magi here. And he's going to be able to pick up a useful item once more. Another Ring of Protection +2. That Archmage is not going to be suffering nearly as much damage. But at 7 armor, it still has to be very careful, because it only has 475 hit points. 30 supply over 42 compared to 25 over 40. The Archmage of Infi looking for where that Blade Master could possibly be, trying to keep track of him. Meanwhile, we are looking at, well, I don't see dual Arcane Sanctums. Are we going to be a Beastmaster? Yes, it will. And this is going to be that follow-up strategy that has become very common. You see a Bestiary, but still no Spirit Lodge as of yet, as the Shadow Hunter now making its rounds out. All right, Water Elemental coming across here, going to be going after Orc Burrow number 1. There's 2 more Orc Burrows in the back. Shadow Hunter is off to the north here, as you're going to see this one Orc Burrow just take a tremendous bit of damage. Blade Master now coming back over here. The Peons just, well, doing a great job shutting things down already, as the Blade Master now trying to chase after some of those units. Blade Master, oh, comes across. You can see the Archmage. Where is it trying to run off to? Could try and run back the other way. Not quite sure why it's trying to run through Grunt. And that Archmage is just absolutely in trouble. Already down to 21 hit points. And then using the Scroll of Town Portal. So that Ring of Protection, offering an additional +4 armor, doesn't really matter if the Archmage only has 475 hit points. Perhaps a Circlet of Nobility would have been useful there. As you can see, you saw the Scroll of Town Portal. Archmage now hiding back down to the south, needs to get some heals from those priests and in a hurry. But right now he's currently out of the fight, as he is concerned about that Blade Master making its rounds over to the other end of the map. Quill Beast pulling back the aggro on this particular creep camp here. Archmage now bringing over a Water Elemental. Forest Troll Trappers and Ogre Warriors coming over as well. Damage is starting to add back up, as you can see the Ogre Warrior, well, all the way running all the way back here. You're going to see a little bit more damage being absorbed once more as the Trappers and the remaining units get taken down. Archmage should be healed by the remaining Priest, and as this happens, well, the Archmage should get stronger and stronger, but the Shadow Hunter and the Blade Master seem to be ruling the Isles, so to speak. Level 2.5 on the Blade Master. Meanwhile, level 2 on the Shadow Hunter already. Shadow Hunter has a Potion of Greater Mana, can quickly replenish all of that necessary mana to, well, get in more hexes. And you saw how effective those hexes were in the early stages of the game. Now, Quill Beast looking to back off, get some extra damage onto that Ogre Mauler. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Blade Master and Shadow Hunter clearing off the remainder of the Forest Troll Trapper creep camp. Archmage here, ready to go, looking to finish off the Forest Troll Berserkers. And this is just your typical PvE campaign now in Warcraft 3 that occasionally happens from time to time. Both sides comfortable with just trying to get more experience on their heroes, trying to have the right balanced tech, and then, well, reposition themselves for the next important battle. Blade Master is, well, currently revealed by that Hawk. The Blade Master could be trying to chase down that Blade, or the Hawk should be, well, just auto-following that Blade Master right now. Not quite sure why it isn't. Another slow was not cast, as you now see the Shadow Hunter with a Clarity Potion will be completely all topped off once more. Hey, HR Wiss, I'm glad you caught me. And well, thank you to everyone who's been following me for years, as that Quill Beast is just going to do a quick dive into the base, only to have its timed life gone. All right. Guard Tower, or Scout Tower, currently in play. Quill Beast now looking to back off here. No upgrade to Arcane Tower, no Arcane Sentry as of yet. And Infi is in that weird spot where he has 51 supply. One extra dead peon is actually better at this point, as you see the Kodo Beast is going to start chomping on a footman. Alright, Speed Scroll. Units are all now trying to get away. More guard towers are going to be constructed. You see the Headhunters, which are very effective against those guard towers since they are all unarmored. Blade Master going after some more units here as, well, unarmored units. As you can see, the Water Elemental trying to turn back around. Peons are going to join in on the fight. No Spirit Link as of yet, and that's one of the reasons why this Orc army seems to be dropping much faster than normal. The Spirit Walkers did not have enough time to mass up mana for Disenchant and Spirit Link, and with that, this timing on this push is absolutely critical and key. Spirit Walkers finally have Spirit Link across some of those units, but those Water Elementals and the Quill Beasts are going to be able to do a lot more damage since you don't see any more disenchants. Blade Master now back out onto the field. Blade Master trying to do a little bit of chasing. You can see another healing wave coming down and across. Footman looks like it will get taken down without a problem. Meanwhile, the Blade Master is very, very deep inside this army here, but it looks like he'll still be able to survive, sitting at 322 hit points and will still holding steadily. Meanwhile, Beastmaster going to try to continue to engage here. You can see one guard tower. You should be getting some repairs from those peasants. I don't know why it's taking so long as the sorceresses are trying to engage here. Sorceresses could turn around and really get some damage onto all these units. Just auto repair, peasants. What are you doing? You're watching your own building getting destroyed and not doing very much about it. However, it is absorbing a lot of damage and getting a lot of the focus from Lin as another guard tower now being thrown down. All right, the grunts are getting felled very quickly. That is a lot of sorceresses. This is a mainly caster army, which means that the Spirit Walkers do not want to go into the ethereal form. They'll end up just falling apart in just a matter of seconds. There goes another raider there. Meanwhile, the Blade Master still doing a lot of damage once more. Guard towers are in the back here, so there is actually a place to retreat to as another peon gets taken down. Quill Beast, 138 critical strike. Archmage turns back around, able to engage. There is the death of another Arcane Vault. Perhaps the Arcane Vault should be built off to the north just a little bit if you actually want that building to be completed. Beastmaster still wandering around with that potion of invulnerability. He feels confident enough that he can get out of a bad situation very, very fast. All right, casters now going after the other units, which is incredibly important. Beastmaster is now ensnared, but has a potion of invulnerability to back him up, as we mentioned moments ago. Blade Master, guard tower, taken down just as it was about to be completed. Beautifully done once more, as the casters should really be turning their attention onto some of those other units as well. All right, another healing wave. Go after the Spirit Walkers. Go after things that are actually weak, or at least take full damage from those sorceresses. And by doing so, well, you are going to be adding up more and more damage again. All right, Beastmaster still sitting at level 2, not yet 3, by definition of 2, as the Blade Master pushes him back a little bit further. Beastmaster desperately wants to get to level 3. Arcane Vault is now finally up, and we could see some perhaps Ivory Towers now being added as well. No real reason to speed build a Scout Tower if you have an Ivory Tower. Ivory Towers build faster and cost about the same amount of resources, since you are trying to speed build that building off on the other side. Beastmaster still right there. Archmage could be dropping an additional water elemental here in just a moment. 50 supply compared to 38. Hawk is up in the air, keeping track that no units are coming in from behind. Spirit Walker has been slowed as the Voodoo Lounge will get taken down. Peons are here ready to go. Guard tower about a quarter of the way done. There's an ensnare. Slow across multiple units once more, as this one sorceress looks like it will get taken down. Peons or peasants are now ready to go. Yeah, all of those peasants really should be building towers here, trying to slowly encroach. I believe if Infi had done that, he would have a operational tower or two that was actually within range. Instead, he is building his like 6th scout tower in this match. Archmage going to continue to drop water elementals once it can get more mana. Beastmaster sitting at just outside of level 3, wants to get to level 3 so dearly, and is now 9 experience shy. If it can get to level 3, level 2 Quill Beast, and the amount of mana that a Beastmaster has will pretty much seal the deal with this tower attempt. Beastmaster, well, just making its way over. It looks like they're trying to knock on the door and force an engagement, just pounding away at this Voodoo Lounge. Back off to the north here, guard tower is about 40% done. Is there going to be a push in again? Yes, there will be. Ivory towers are not upgraded at all. Blade Master still engaging. There's a beautiful disenchant across multiple units as the Beastmaster finally gets to level 3. Isn't going to matter. There's a disenchant there. Quill Beast will have extra mana once more as the water elemental built, well, summoned facing the wrong direction. And that's one of those little minor things that makes a big impact in the game. That water elemental, well, probably lost 15 to 20 seconds of its time life without really doing that much damage. Ensnare now coming down here. Guard tower. Well, there is another guard tower right there. Voodoo Lounge taking damage. We're now closer in terms of supply as the Beastmaster gets more mana again. All right, let's take a look back. Units now coming back once more. There's the disenchants. Quill Beast now trying to get away. Blade Master, well, does not want to chase after those units here. As you see the engages coming forth once more. Guard Tower is sitting at 300 life again. Healing Wave bouncing around. Forest Troll Berserker, how did it get that far? And it was able to slip through after all of those attacks there. Guard Tower nearly done, about 75% done, and that is going to change things. That will be a Guard Tower within range, and once a Guard Tower is within range, the pressure is just non-stop and relenting. Guard Tower number 1, finally within range. The armor is now up. It gets taken down, though. Pretty much the same instant that it got back up. Spellbreakers joining in on the fight, able to remove some of that Spirit Link, but more importantly, a lot of Spirit Walkers were lost there. Quill Beast going after those peons right now. They are frenzied. Quill Beast able to do a lot of damage. More Water Elementals coming across again. Archmage still sitting at level 3, not yet 4 by definition of 3 and 4, and really wants Brilliance Aura level 2. Beastmaster using a Clarity Potion once more. You can see that the Spellbreakers coming across here. You're going to see some Disenchant, some Spell Steals. Healing Wave as the Spellbreaker does get taken down. Blademaster at 4, level 2 Windwalk, level 2 Critical Strike, doing a large bit of damage. Guard Tower could get taken down. There is finally level 4 on the Archmage. Level 2 Brilliance Aura should change things up as the casters should be able to maintain their mana much more efficiently, especially with the mass number of sorceresses that you see, keeping this orc army slowed continually. More sorceresses still joining on the fight. 47 supply compared to 43. Home field advantage. These guard towers are providing home field advantage pretty much for the human army at this point, as Lin is still looking to push back. Lin can hold on. Perhaps some miracle plays will be able to get him out of this very, very sticky situation. We are looking at 1 base to 1 base still. 4,000 gold, so still plenty of gold in the mine, so to speak, to try and keep everything going. All right, peons or peasants now turning back around again. Another guard tower could be added once more. I still don't know why we just don't see ivory towers. That would make the most sense to me, as you are taking a look at, well, the peons and the peasants wasting gold trying to speed build when they could build one off of an ivory tower just as effectively and cheaper. All right, Spellbreakers making their way down. Archmage still wandering around here. Beastmaster at 156 has 7 armor as well. More hit points on him to try and stay alive longer. Potion of healing on that Archmage as the Water Elemental continually getting damage back onto these units. Ensnare onto the Water Elemental. Water Elemental getting disenchanted. Blademaster with the 188 critical strike, followed by a 183, able to deal a lot more damage than you would expect. Beastmaster going to go ahead and turn back around, and these guard towers perhaps happy that it does not have magic damage or heavy armor just quite yet. Heavy armor would have meant that the Spirit Walkers would be able to take it down that much more quickly. All right. Quill Beast, Frenzied Quill Beast in the background. Altar of Storms about to get taken down. New Quill Beast coming over as well, as the guard towers are finally, well, within range to put pressure on that Voodoo Lounge. We are going to see a forced engagement here. Another Scout Tower now being placed down. I'm not going to even say it, as the Beastmaster looks to put even more pressure. 1 Water Elemental in position right here, perhaps to try and buy a little bit of distance and time. Blademaster should be able to finish off this Quill Beast without a problem, but Quill Beast just wanders on through and may be able to take down an Orc Burrow or two. Guard towers in position to actually put pressure on the bestiary, as we now see Lin sitting at 50 over 40 supply. Upside down on supply means any units lost will take additional time to retrain back up. Let's take a look at this. Blademaster down to what, 537 hit points, 30 mana. The Spellbreakers could easily remove that there in just a second, making it difficult for that Blademaster to windwalk. Meanwhile, the Quill Beasts and the Water Elementals are just off over here, putting pressure onto all of these poor peasants or those peons, and those peons are now taken down. No more units currently mining gold. Meanwhile, Guard Tower is currently under repair, could get taken down, as well, a lot of precious damage is being absorbed by a Scout Tower that just got canceled anyways. Guard towers are off over here. Damage is starting to rack back up. Peasants, oh, the casters were not within range, just as the Spirit Walker was able to get a good, strong healing wave. 42 supply compared to 48. A lone guard tower knocking on the door of the bestiary should be able to take it down. shooting a building down by shooting, or taking a building down by shooting arrows at it. Not quite sure how it works, but I guess if you have enough arrows, you can in fact take it down. Blade Master is sitting at level 5 with level 3 critical strike, most likely going up against a level 4, level 3 Beastmaster. Lin might actually be winning in the overall race in terms of points, especially with the higher level heroes, but it is very difficult to keep back up constantly as you are taking a bit of pressure here once more. Hawk is currently invisible as well. More guard towers being added. Are we going to see some ivory towers? No. Clarity potions now being used. Blade Master trying to make its way over. As you see, the Quill Beast could go after that peasant right there. No, not going to go after it. Not quite sure, as the units are still all down to the south. Double or a potion of mana onto that Shadow Hunter. Clarity potion also being used as well, trying to finish off more and more of these units. Archmage at 4, Beastmaster still at 3, as this is a long, drawn-out fight with really no progress in terms of drawing a line in the sand by Lin. Infi has been pressing this point inch by inch and has been able to do a decent enough job by continually laying down this pressure here. You can see that the Shadow Hunter is just trying to retreat all the way to the backside. It does have level 4, almost level 5, and then once it gets to level 5, level 3 healing wave, that damage is very difficult to mitigate, especially if you have Spirit Link behind it, but I don't know if we have that at all. Another Orc Burrow, I believe, was lost. 41/30 supply right now. More units being lost continually. Water Elemental now taken down. Blade Master seen at 375. Does have slow. Kodo Beast is slowly digesting another Spellbreaker as the barracks will get taken out. Beastmaster still has plenty of mana to go. Archmage will have plenty of mana. They're already up to 141. Should be dropping another here in just a second. There's that Water Elemental as we are looking at more pressure once again, going after those Spirit Walkers in the back. Another Disenchant goes down. Water Elemental down to 200 hit points in just a matter of seconds. Will get taken out with the help of Orc Burrows and an Ensnare. Guard towers here, ready to go. Additional farms now being added. Not quite sure why you would want an extra farm, as the Scout Tower is now knocking on to the Stronghold. The Stronghold is something that you do need to, in fact, protect. Otherwise, no more gold whatsoever. Spellbreaker will get taken out as the Blade Master may get to level 6. All right, once we have a level 6 hero, all bets are off on who the victor will be. Ultimate abilities are extremely powerful, but it doesn't really matter if you don't have any gold whatsoever. Guard towers now poking away at this stronghold. No demolishers. There was no war mill either. And Lin, perhaps trying to hold this without demolishers, is now wondering what he was thinking. All right, Water Elemental once again pushing back out here. It looks as though this has been a repeat process by Infi for the past 15 minutes. Attempt to build towers, continually hit with ranged units. We also have Inner Fire by the Priest. All right, this is not something I expected. The human player is actually at tier 3, has Inner Fire. Is he going to perhaps get Polymorph as well? You know, yeah, War Mill is off over here. All right, yeah, Demolisher would have been extremely helpful. Inner Fire now on all of the sorceresses back across here. And with the additional armor, that extra armor is just going to be far too much. Once again, Beastmaster looking to constantly fight. You see that the Water Elemental is there as well, dealing a lot of damage to those poor peons. And the Guard Tower looks like it is about to come to an end. Without the Guard Tower, well, without the Stronghold, there's not much that really can be done here. Blade Master once again chasing after all of these units. Spellbreaker, that front line unit, you got to remember, Spellbreakers cannot have Inner Fire, as the Blade Master now gets to level 6. Level 6 on the Blade Master. No additional mining anywhere on the map that I have seen, as the Orc Burrow could get taken down here in just a second. There it goes. Archmage still sitting at 4. Beastmaster still sitting at 3. Very high armor indeed, plus 9. 41% damage reduction. All right, meaning that he's only taking 50 out of every 100 points of damage on him. He's only taking 59. Add in a Paladin who has Inner Fire. It can be healing with Holy Light. That Paladin's Holy Light is essentially healing 300 damage per Holy Light because of the amount of armor on that Beastmaster. Alright, Orc Burrows, slowly but surely will get taken out. 52 supply over 60. No more mining at the gold mines either. What you see is what you get, and the armies are still rather small. Alright, Hawk is up in the air. There's a Blade Storm, and look at those peasants drop. 1 peasant, 2 peasants, 3 peasants, a storm. So much damage. That Blade Master able to slice and dice its way through. Kodo Beast now going to go ahead and start chomping on things. And all of a sudden the supply is about even. Guard towers are all right here, ready to go. Paladin has a potion of healing. Perhaps some Holy Light should be added in there as well for some other units. Guard towers are still trying to be repaired. It is going to go down. No, hasn't gone down yet. Finally goes down as the Blade Master with the Claws of Attack +6 is dealing 220 critical strikes. Beastmaster now in position to try and block the Blade Master. Blade Master out of mana. Does he have anywhere to go? No, getting healed back up. Does not have Spirit Link. Holy Light back onto the Beastmaster. Beastmaster very low on, gets a potion of healing. Blade Master gets taken down. And that, I believe, will be the game without the level 6 hero. Lin takes game number 5 in this series, even though he has the lower score. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 5. Please stay tuned for game number 6.